I speak unto thee this day, and I say you are not meant to be subject to yourselves. That is, you are not meant to be ruled by what it is that you want to do and what it is that you do not want to do and how it is that you want to live your life. But I say you are meant to be ruled by me, for it is me, the living God, you are meant to serve. And it is me, the living God, that you have dedicated yourself unto. Therefore I say, be true unto me. For I say it is me that you are meant to be serving with gladness, thanksgiving, and rejoicing day by day. And I say it is me you are meant to please and not your own selves. For I say to please self is nothing but vanity. But I say to please me is the way that I, the living God, have intended that my own people would live, would abide, would come forth in me. For I say you are not meant to be living this life to do as you will when you will, but I say you are meant to be doing what pleases me. Now I say, if you consider the shape that the world is in, the shape that the ones claiming to be my people are in, what do you see? You see a world gone mad. You see the ones claiming to be my people in a ditch. And why is it so? I say it is because they have chosen to do as they please, when they please, how they please, and yes, they have loved their own way. But I say that the way they have loved is nothing but the way of destruction. Now I say this day that I, the living God, never called my people to walk afar off from me, to be estranged from me, to go whoring from me. But I say that I've called my people to be thankful, to be uplifted and guided, directed and instructed in me. And I say that I've called my people to know what it is to be kept always, for it is me, the living God, who is able. And it is me, the living God, who will uplift and strengthen, direct and guide the ones who are mine. Now I say you are living in a time when the ones who claim that they are my people are literally a weariness unto me. And I say it is because they have estranged themselves and gone a-whoring after every other way than the way that I provide. And I say they've thought that it is so important to do what they want to do as they please, when they please, how they please. But I say the consequence is they do not please me at all. And I say that it is me, the living God, who is bringing my wrath even against the ones claiming to be mine, because they are far from me. Now I say, when you look upon the world of sin, I say that it only grows worser day by day. That is, it increases and increases and increases, because men have abandoned themselves unto the same. And I say they have abandoned themselves to folly, to foolishness, to vanity, and all manner of stupidity. And I say in the process of it all, yes, they are far from me. Now I say that I, the living God, never called thee to live in estrangement from my arrangement and think somehow you get by. But I say that I've called thee to seek to be pleasing me, to walk uprightly in me, to live your lives for me. For I say there are multitudes who shall be sadly disappointed when they stand before me and find they have no right in me. And I say it is because they refuse to live for me. That is, they refuse to give their lives over to be pleasing unto me and not seeking for their own way. Now I say, when any will be headstrong, they will be dead wrong, and they will be opposed to me. And I say that they will be going in a way that is darkness and iniquity, a way that is foolery and vanity, and a way wherein they are kept in their own despair. And I say, in the process of time, they lose their souls because of estrangement from me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, have always intended that my own people would be in communion with me, would be near unto me, and seeking to be pleasing unto me. That is, I've never intended that my own people would walk afar off and go in the way of fools. Now I say this day, when I, the living God, do give mercy and truth and life and hope unto thee, I say, walk in the same. For I say, if you are ever coming forth in the way that I give thee, the way that I provide, so will you be kept in me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, never called thee to be ruled by the world and the vanities contained therein. But I say that I've called thee to be ruled by me, to be kept in me, to be directed in me. And I say that I've called thee to be thankful that I am the one who does give to thee the truth and the light upon the path. And I say that I've called thee to be thankful that I am the one who gives to thee tender mercy day by day. Therefore I say, be coming forth uplifted, rejoicing, and giving the thanks, the praise, the honor, the glory unto me. For I say it is me, the living God, who is indeed all righteousness and truth, all mercy and hope, and the peace provided for my own. And it is me, the living God, who will indeed be directing, correcting, and showing unto thee the light upon the path. I say this day that I, the living God, am ever present unto the ones who are eager to please me, the ones who will walk in my way. But I say, when the ones who say they are mine will grow stubborn and proud, rebellious, and literally despising my way, I say they will themselves in opposition to me. Now I say, if you consider how foolish, how dark it is to be opposing me, I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to the same. But I say that I call thee to know what it is to keep yourself subdued in the place of submission unto me. For I say that my own people are not meant to be living in disobedience, in waywardness, in carelessness, and in hatred for me. But I say that the ones who are mine are meant to be walking uprightly, coming forth in the truth, the light, the strength of who I am. And I say they are meant to be ever guided in that which I give them, which is the truth and the light upon the path. And I say they are meant to be ever directed and corrected, ever being focused upon me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, will be with thee ever present to direct thee in that which I intend and provide. And I say, the more that you serve me with gladness and thanksgiving, rejoicing always, the more you are kept by me. And I say that you will be given the strength and the truth, the light and the hope and the peace day by day. For I say that I, the living God, will not withhold any good thing from those who will walk uprightly in me. And I say that I will not withhold any good thing from those who will come in the way that I offer and provide. Now I say this day, do not be found as the fools who go a-whoring from me, only to their own despair. But I say instead, be found as the ones who will choose to walk uprightly in me, ever thankful for my way. For I say it is me, the living God, who is indeed all righteousness, truth, blessedness, strength, and mercy provided for those who will stay true to me. And I say, when a man will choose each day to walk uprightly in me, he does not lose. But I say, when a man will be choosing to please himself, he is lost already. I say this day that I, the living God, do provide the way wherein you can be kept, the way wherein you can be guided and instructed every single day. Now I say, if you consider in a world of confusion and delusion such as you are in, what a privilege it is to be guided in me. That is, to be instructed each and every day, to be directed and corrected by me, to be brought forth in truth and light, mercy and hope, and the peace of who I am. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do offer to thee the way wherein you will be kept if you continue to believe in me. That is, if you will continue to believe, of course you will receive of the blessedness of who I am. And I say, if you will continue to trust and obey, you are ever guided in my way. And I say, you are given the light upon the path that you can indeed come forth ever rejoicing in me. Now I say that I, the living God, do not delight when my people refuse to mature and develop in me, but remain as mere children wanting their way. For I say, when a man or a woman is demanding and commanding for their way, they know not what they do. That is, in the sense that they do not see the eternal repercussions of the same, of choosing a way that is opposing to me. And I say, when they get their way, oh, they are happy as a spoiled child, but I say it brings forth nothing but destruction unto them. Now I say this day, if you look upon what it is that I, the living God, do offer unto thee, it is the way of my life. And I say, if you will be thankful for that way, you will not be found under the wrath, the fury revealed. For I say, there are multitudes in this wicked generation who will indeed be found under my wrath. And I say, it is because they chose to stray from my way. Now I say this day that I, the living God, never called my people to be ever clamoring, to be ever chattering, to be ever murmuring against me. That is, to be thinking in their own proud estimation that they know more than I know. But I say that I've called my people to be at peace with me, to be ever guided in me. And I say that I've called my people to be thankful, to be led in my way. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do give to thee the truth and the light, the mercy, the hope, and the peace of who I am. I say, if you walk in the way that I give thee, of course you are kept always by me. And I say, if you will be coming forth in that which I give, it is me, the living God, who will give all the more unto thee. For I say, it is a joy unto me to bless thee with mercy and truth, life and hope, and the peace that I provide. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not find pleasure when the ones who are mine are bogged down in the confusion, the delusion of the world, and thinking they are having their own way. For I say, when any man or woman is adamant to have their way, it is not me that they love. But I say they are loving the God of self, bowing to the same, and giving oblation to that dumb idol. And I say all the while they think they are gaining some beautiful thing because they get their way. It is the way of destruction. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do purpose thee to walk in the way that is truth and light, the way that is hope and peace and safety, the way that is provided for me by me. And I say, when you go in that way, then you are, of course, well-pleasing to me. I say this day, in a wicked, vile, corrupted, and evil generation, when you look at the darkness that men are in as they daily seek to murder the truth, I say, what fools they are. For I say they are refusing the very way of life that I would have given unto them to cause them to be kept in me. And I say they are choosing instead the way of death, the way of damnation, the way of their own destruction. I say, in a wayward, vile, corrupted, and evil generation, consider the infinite mercy, the loving kindness, the goodness that I, the living God, do give to thee. And I say, be thankful, be glad that I purpose, direct, and bring thee forth always. I say, be thankful that I give to thee in abundance, and you can be rejoicing in me. For I say, it is me, the living God alone of all the gods, who is able to keep my own. Now I say that those who worship idols are dumb and dull and stupid as the idols are. And I say, when men will bow to the God of self, they immediately are made dumb by the same. That is, when they bow to what it is that they want, what it is that they lust for, what it is that their ambitions are towards rather than me, what do? I say they become dumb, for they have bowed to the idol of self. Now I say this day, do not be found bowing to self, but I say be found coming forth in me. And I say, be ever thankful that I, the living God, do give to thee the truth, the light, the mercy, the hope, and the peace of who I am. And I say, be thankful that you are ever guided, directed, and corrected in the truth, the light, the blessedness that I provide. For I say, if you really consider the infinite mercy, the endless truth, and the wonderful light that I give, I say that you will be thankful unto me. I say this day, do not start your day by yielding to self, but start your day by yielding to me. That is, in the giving of thanks and praise, and most of all in the giving of obedience unto me. And I say, do not do it in begrudging and hatefulness and resentment and bitterness, but rather in thanksgiving that you are privileged to be given the opportunity to live in me, and that you are privileged to walk uprightly in the truth, the light that I set before thee. I say, do not resent the straight and narrow way, but I say, be thankful for the same that keeps thee from the abyss of confusion and delusion that is swallowing souls in this time. And I say, be glad that you can be serving each day, living your lives for me.